peace and love. Let's get into it. Up next, we are getting into the amazing Geoff Castellucci with Far Over the Misty Mountains Cold. Let's do it. I think Geoff's voice fits so well in fantasy because his voice is just fantastical. I think when you hear that kind of bass, you think of giants, don't you? You think of giants in the mountains and dwarves in the caves. It has something something very, very magnificent and wondrous about it. You know, it sounds inhuman sometimes, the depths and the richness of the bass, and I think that's just why it's so suited to doing these songs. The pines were roaring on the height, the wind was moaning in the night, the fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with light. Shadows lay, be night or day, and dark things silent crept beneath. And as well as the voices, the instrumental complements the vocals so beautifully as well. Really nice instrument sounds he has there, and really lovely arrangement. But it's just this ability to make a choir out of himself, and he's so strong in the higher registers as well. Such a versatile vocalist that he can be a full a full a cappella group alone. But yeah, it's mountain shaking stuff. Yasmin says he is very good. Vidone says the instrumentation is the part that takes Geoff the longest time. Yeah, well, that makes complete sense because you know, writing, like composing music and arranging music takes ages. It takes a really, really long time. Painstaking work. Very it can be fiddly, just trying to get it just right. Whereas vocals, if you are a great vocalist like Geoff, you can just kind of do it. You can just get a mic and sing this and lay it down. Whereas getting the sounds just right of a violin, getting the production on that just right, is it coming in at the right time? Is this the right vibrato? Is this the right legato? Is this, Um, but there's also all these other sounds. Is this one slightly better? Should I try this? Oh, I was liking this one, but now I don't. Now I'm back to the drawing board. Yeah, it just takes a lot of time. Yeah, as Vidone says, yes, hundreds of plugins, so choosing the right one takes a lot of time. Yeah, and I think you do find over time you get favorites, you get go-tos, and you start to learn your library. And it's just like if you know a sound, you need a violin, but you need it to be a little bit airy. You know exactly where to go to find it. And Ninja says, I can write riffs and melodies way easier than writing lyrics. That said, you can constantly modify and perfect the music, and the lyrics mostly say the same. That is true. That is true. Though not all the time. Sometimes I've known vocalists to tinker with lyrics on an ongoing basis for a very long time. They're just never satisfied with a verse or something. It can go on, or a song is just unfinished because they just can't get the words right. So yeah, I think everybody's got their own kind of journey with it, don't they? But I can see how it would be far easier for Geoff to do the vocal part. But I love his perseverance and the effort he puts into the instrumentals. It really, really pays off, pays dividends, because this is beautiful.
Farewell, we called you hearth and home. The wind may blow and rain may fall. We must away at break of day. Far over wood and mountain tall. We must away, we must away. We ride before the break of day.
Hey y'all on that one, very disappointed. That was absolutely beautiful, truly beautiful there. Um, mm. And I think with the kind of was that a G1? Was it? Wow, wow, that's crazy. With the instrumentals he's writing, he's doing orchestral stuff. And it can really build and build there, because maybe you're writing your violin part, but then you get into the string quartet element, and then you're layering up harmonies, and it starts to grow and grow and grow. I was actually interviewing a couple of DJs on the radio a little while back, talking about kind of layers when it comes to producing music, composing music, of like a dance DJ, and they were saying like, yeah, they might work with sort of like 20 or so different tracks, different stems, and they asked me, they were like, well, if you're composing a piece, an orchestral piece, how many tracks might you be looking at? And I was like, generally around the 50 range, but sometimes up to 200-300, and they were like, what? What are you talking about? How can you possibly have that many tracks on like a 2-minute piece of music or something, 3-minute piece of music? And it can happen very easily because there are so many like violin parts. You've got your woodwind section, you've got your brass, you've got your pads, you have synths, maybe you've got a guitar, maybe there's drums, there's all the percussions. We're going to be talking about at least 15 different percussions with your cymbal and your gongs and your shakers and your, you know, your waterphones and stuff. There's so many different things going on, so it can layer up really, really quickly. So the kind of composition that Geoff is doing with this, like, this is somewhat stripped back, but with fantasy music like this, it can get a real wormhole to get into. And I'd kind of like to see Geoff do that more and more. You know, I'd really like to see. I think that Geoff's a great composer and a great arranger. You know, so yeah, I'd love to see Geoff take on like a really big piece. You know, but to be fair, I doubt time is on his side with voice play and all the projects he's got going on, his turnover and stuff. Big projects like that, it's not always practical to be working on something like that. But yeah, another groundbreaking performance from Geoff Castellucci. The guy's just amazing. That was Far Over the Misty Mountains Cold, low bass singer cover. Geoff Castellucci, everybody.